Hey! What's going on, everyone? Very tall. Getting my head cut off here. Come on. Better? Sort of? Down just a bit. Perfect. Anyway, hi there. Welcome, everyone. I'm your host, Tim, the one and only Child of Mecha. You're watching the Child of Mecha live stream. Hi. It's Wednesday. Hump Day, as they say. Hopefully you guys had a good week. I'm trying to set up the field monitor here, and finally got it. Hey, all right. So it's Wednesday. We're here, and we're gonna continue working. Oh, it's been a busy last couple of days. So, yeah, so I know I probably told you guys this on Monday, but I got a photographer coming next Tuesday to take pictures of the house for the listing and everything. And then, not this Friday, but next Friday, house goes on the market. Scary. I'm all pre-qualified for a home loan for the next one. But still, all this shit is really scary. I've never done it, like, by myself to this level, right? So, I'm a bit freaked out. Trying to get everything decluttered and moved out into the garage. It's work. Most of the repairs and upgrades and everything like that that I wanted to do are done. So a few things down here that I have to patch, have to paint, still have to clean a little bit down here. But most is just decluttering and shit. And that's the hard part, because you never know just how much shit that you have until you have to do this. And how much you hate yourself for having all this shit. You know? It's crazy. Just crazy. Anyway. CML says, I feel I had to escalate my transfer to the EVP of the rental company because they decided to last minute decline my transfer. What? What's up with that? These people. I don't know, man. Crazy. Hopefully it goes through for you, Sam. Hopefully. Fingers crossed, dude. But anyway, we're going to continue on masking with the GM Quel. Yeah, that's what we're going to be continuing tonight. Michael Dawson says, no, what's really scary is not knowing if you can get back up from sitting on the toilet or not from recovering from surgery. Well, that is, yeah, it's a bit scary. I'm not gonna lie. Although I have been there myself when my legs have fallen asleep from sitting on there too long because I've been looking at my phone and playing games on my phone and stuff like that. So, you know, you ever have that and you stand up and it's just like, you almost lose your balance and everything. Pins and needles follow, and it's just like, I don't want to live. Yeah, just one of those things. Anyway, so you guys, let's get some business out of the way, and then we're gonna get to work. Yeah. So, if you are, oh, by the way, yeah, we're rocking the Wolves tonight. Rocking the Wolves. Yeah. So if you're interested in any of the tools and materials that we work with here on a nightly basis, man, hit up the Amazon link below here in the description. I do get a bit of a commission based on the stuff that you buy, but it does not increase the cost for you. It just goes to help out the stream and support what we do here. So go load up on all that stuff. A lot of great stuff in that Amazon link too. Like I said, tools and materials, gear for photography and for streaming if you're into that. A lot of great books in there for inspiration for your next project. And then also the new category, storage solutions. A lot of cool stuff in there. I highly recommend taking a look at that if you need storage for little parts or projects or kits or what have you. A lot of cool stuff in there that I've found, and a lot of the stuff I bought and use, like these guys, these little Sterilite flip-top boxes. These are great. So bought a case of them off Amazon. Well worth the money. They're like a steal on there. So just FYI, go peruse that if you will. Aside from that, if you want to cop one of the Wolves shirts, you can do so by hitting up www.chowdamecha.com. Hitting the store button up at the top will take you to where you'll find this shirt and all of the Mecha Decal insignia shirts, as well as the Ace Pilot shirt series, a lot of other awesome shirts and stuff like that, hats, and also prints of my work. So go and take a look at all that and load up on there as well, yeah? And then lastly, but definitely not leastly, hit up the Chowda Mecha Patreon if you have the ability to do so, because there's a lot of cool stuff going on in there, right? Monthly giveaways, monthly hangouts, exclusive posts and things, a lot more pictures of what I'm working on that doesn't get posted to social medias and stuff like that, especially of the skull that we masked up the other night. That got a lot of pictures on Patreon and stuff like that, so go peruse on there. So if you have the ability and the inclination to do so, it would mean a lot to me, and definitely show your support. And lastly, if you're looking for kits, tools, paints, accessories, Mecha Decals, sheets 1, 2, and 3, those are in stock and shipping now. Sheet 4 coming soon. Go hit up our good friends USA Gundam Store right down here. Adam and the fine crew down there will definitely have what you need. So, with that being said, let's get started. Yeah? Camera 2. Oh, hey, look at this. All right, so we left off Monday evening with doing the masking on this guy right here, right? Now, actually, hold on. Robert Cottrell, he's over there on Facebook. He says, "Hey, Tim, what's up? What's going on, Robert? Good to see you, buddy." Hey, Robert, just real quick, we're going to be stopping Facebook streaming on the 24th. So anybody watching this on Facebook, FYI, Facebook streaming is going away. It's a money thing. The restream, it's just, very expensive for Facebook. And most of the audience, honestly, is over on YouTube anyway. So Facebook is going the way of the dinosaur, just FYI. Yeah. Tetsugen, our good friend George, he says, Facebook streaming never worked for me when I tried it. Yeah, I mean, it's just, Facebook, I think, suppresses streams and posts that don't originate from Facebook, meaning if you're not streaming specifically to Facebook itself, I think it suppresses the videos and stuff like that, because I've seen so many people either that use Restream or StreamYard, multi-streams on there, or even just multi-stream through, Streamlabs or something like that. Their streams on Facebook do not get anywhere near the views as streams that stream just solely to Facebook. So it's just, Facebook is, Facebook's Facebook, man. It just is what it is. It's good for groups and stuff like that, but they gotta work on that. They gotta work on that shit, man. They gotta work on it. It just is what it is. So yeah, so Facebook is Facebook streaming is going away. That's the part I paid for, honestly, and it's just not good. Return on investment. That's just what it comes down to, right? Not a lot of people watch on Facebook, so if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Just saying, right? Anyway, real quick, I feel so bad right now. I'm a terrible person. And the reason why I'm a terrible person is because our good friend George Jackson is over here on YouTube, right? And I just freaking remembered that George had sent me a message through Facebook Messenger, and I told him on Monday that I would reply back to him, and I completely forgot, George. I am sorry, dude. I have, in my defense, which is shallow at best, I got a lot of shit going on, right? But let's do this right now, yeah? Now, while I'm remembering, okay? Okay, so, George is building a perfect grade Zaku, right? And he wants to remove the power cables on the legs. Okay. George, that's not going to be difficult. I'll be honest with you. That won't be very difficult at all, looking at these pictures. Okay. So, let's see. How best to do all this. George, are you going to be seaming the legs, meaning gluing the armor together, or are you going to leave it apart? Let me know, because that's going to determine what direction I send you. Because from the looks of it, on both the lower leg and the upper leg, the part where the power cables connect is virtually right on a seam on both. The upper legs, it's a weird seam. On the lower legs, it's more of just a straight traditional line. So he's keeping it apart. Okay, cool. So, George, this is what I would do. This is what I would do. All right. So let's go camera 2, and let me walk you through this, okay? And for everybody else watching, just bear with me here, because I owe this to George, because I feel really bad now. Total dick. But anyway, let's go camera 2. All right. So this is the picture George sent me. That's the lower legs. You've got you've got the flare at the bottom there, and that's the lower cable connection there, I'd imagine. And this looks like the upper leg. Yeah. There's the cable connection there, right? So, and there's what the lower leg looks like when it's together. So, okay, George, this is what I would do, right? Michael Dawson, you're in the right ballpark. Epoxy putty, but there's a step first. So behind this hole, what I would do, separate the two pieces first, like this, right? And then what I would do is glue on a thin piece of plastic that covers this entire cavity right here. And I would even overhang it a little bit so you can trim it down later. But you know, either 1/2 millimeter, 1/4 millimeter, whatever you might have. 1 millimeter might be a little bit too much, especially, you know, depending on how much room is in there from the, you know, from the inner frame and everything. Excuse me. But I'm thinking you could probably get away with 1/2 millimeter, maybe 1/4 millimeter, something like that. So glue that on the inside, and like I said, overhang it a little bit, millimeter or two, doesn't matter. You're going to be trimming that down later anyway, right? Do the same thing to this other side, right? And then once that's glued on and dried, some epoxy putty, just build that up, smooth that out, let it cure, right? Let it completely cure, and then sand that down flush, right? Now, there is a panel line that runs down this side of the lower leg that I'm noticing, right? If you have chisels, then you can chisel that back in after the fact, after your epoxy putty is completely cured and everything like that. If you do not have chisels, George, then what you're going to want to do is let the epoxy putty harden maybe halfway, something like that, just to get a little rigid, but it's still somewhat pliable and you can cut through it, right? What I would do then is take a nice sharp X-Acto blade, right, and put the base of your blade right here on one side of this panel line that's still visible, and then just rock that back over through the epoxy putty and everything, but don't cut the plastic, and then over to the opposite edge, right? So hopefully that makes sense. For the top part, this is, you know, obviously this gets a little bit more involved because it's not just a straight line. It's, you know, angle here and then boop, down there. But the same process. So what I would do is, ooh, and George just sent me another picture here. Thank you, George. Like I said, clad the inside with a 1/2 millimeter, 1/4 millimeter, something like that, and then fill that with epoxy putty. Overhang the plastic and everything, and then cut it to that angle, right? Now let's see what George just sent me here. Okay. All right, so here's the leg assembled, right? Okay, cool. So yeah, so you could easily get away with filling and all that up here, but you've got this this opening here, right? Now, you might have to do a little bit of modification on that inner frame to punch that down a little bit if you're going to get rid of the the power cables completely. There's no need for that, right? So file that down. You know, glue over top of it, maybe with some plastic sheeting or something like that, just to, you know, make it look decent. But, you know, covering that up shouldn't be a big deal. And the epoxy putty route, that's definitely going to be the easiest way to go. But, obviously, the epoxy putty is going to need some support. It just can't sit there and hang over, or else it'll break. So it needs a little support in the plastic sheet. You know, like I said, 1/2 millimeter, maybe 1/4 millimeter. But yeah, file that down, and maybe do a little bit of modification to the inner frame. It doesn't look like you have, you know, the same type of you know, protrusion from the inner frame up here. Oops, it'd be good if it's on screen, right? But it doesn't look like it has, yeah, it's all in shadow there. But anyway, so this top part should be fine, right? But this down here, yeah, you're going to have to do a little bit of a modification to get rid of that, you know, that little bit, that little protrusion from the inner frame to, you know, get the plastic to sit right in there. So hopefully, dude, hopefully that answers your question. Hopefully it's, you know, a little bit, you know, helpful. He says it's empty. I'm guessing this is empty. I don't know. Anyway, but like I said, clad the inside with a little bit of plastic, pop some epoxy putty on there, trim it down. That's the easiest way to go. Sand it flush with everything, and yeah, you should be good to go, man. It's a pretty easy fix, or modification, I should say. But yeah, simple stuff. Simple stuff. So hopefully that answers your question, buddy. Sorry, like I said, I feel so bad because I didn't get back to you. But with selling the house and all this is just crazy. Thanks, you're the man. Hey. Thank you, George. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Sorry again. I feel like shit, but it is what it is, right? All right, cool deal. Good thing we helped somebody out here today. Now, let's get caught back up with the chat just real quick, yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Whew. Michael Dawson says, if I could stand the back pain from walking around after a minute or two, I'd probably have my Delta Plus primed up by now. Give it time, dude. Heal. That's the most important thing. Spider2K2 James, he says the only Facebook streaming I ever got done, I think he meant, right, was from my DJI Spark drone, and it was really short. I saw that, actually. Yeah. Seth Builds, he's over there on Twitch. What up, Seth? Man, Seth has lost a lot of weight, you guys. Congratulations, dude. He's doing a cut, and like he posted a picture, and like he had, I guess, a pair of old pants, and he had like this much space between him and his old pants, and it was just like. So, Seth, buddy, great job, man. Great job. Golf clap. Let's see here. Thomas Statton's with us over there on Facebook. What's up, Thomas? He says, what's up, Gunpla fam? Pabby's with us. Hello. Let's see. Thomas Statton, he's got a question.
We have a question.
Thomas wants to know, this may be noobish, but do chisels function in the same way as scribers? That's a great question, Thomas. Honestly, the term is, a lot of people use it as an interchangeable term. I like to be specific with terminology, hence the reason why I don't say plot plate, plastic sheet, plastic strip. But chisels, like I said, what I think is the proper term, because if you look at them, they do look like shrunken down wood chisels, right? Scribers, on the other hand, are actually a completely different thing. So if you look up Scribers on Amazon or something like that, what you're going to find is a pen-like type of tool. Shit, and I don't have mine out. Hang on just a second. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, let's see. Is it in the little mini Pelican here? Let's see. Ah, yes. Ooh, fucking spider. God damn it. Little bastard. Well, get out of there. Go away. Get. Fucker. He's right in the... Okay, now he's out of the way. I don't know where he went now. Great. Probably got a spider crawling on me and shit. God damn it. Anyway, okay, so Scribers. If you look on Amazon, you're gonna find something like this, right? This is a scriber. Okay. This is a usually a tungsten carbide, very fine point tip, and this is usually more used for machining and stuff like that, for marking points on a piece of metal or something. But scribers like this actually do have a valid use in modeling, right? Say if you're trying to scribe a complex curve or something like that. What I would do is use this first to form the groove for your line, and then go back with chisels and shape that line, because this obviously is going to focus. This is obviously going to give you a V-shaped groove, you know, from the shape of the tip, right? What a chisel does is it gives you a square-based line, which is so much better, and it's so much aesthetically more pleasing and accurate to what you know, you're trying to achieve. And there's a more consistent width to the line too, right? So when people call chisels scribers and vice versa, it's a bit misleading, right? This here, great for curves, starting the line and everything, but chisels are definitely going to be the way to go if you want really accurate width lines. And obviously you're not going to be able to notch with something like this. It's just not going to be possible, or, you know, anything like that. So scribers, this is a scriber, right? Chisels are chisels. So vice versa. Yeah. So those are the differences between the two. Do they function in the same way? Kinda. But they have different uses, and they have different functions, right? So yes and no. So hopefully, Thomas, that clears it up. And for anybody else wondering, I know Tamiya has their scriber, which I hate the name of it. And give me a second to explain why. Because it's called Tamiya Scriber, right? But what it is, it's a hook-shaped device that is sharpened to kind of like a blade, right? And what its primary use is for cutting plastic sheet and nothing else. It's not really meant for scribing lines. And for those of you that have tried it, you have probably found out that it's extremely difficult to do so. And I know a lot of people have, you know, said something on here, you know, throughout the past and stuff like that, because it's a very, very common thing. People see, you know, Scriber. They see Tamiya, well-known brand. It's a Scriber. It's inexpensive. Hey, I'm going to start with that because this is a Tamiya product. I know it's quality. And it is quality. But it's not the use that you're looking for or thinking about, unfortunately. The name they gave that tool is a complete misnomer, and I hate Tamiya for that. I love Tamiya otherwise, don't get me wrong. Tamiya's a great company, and they make good stuff. But that one tool? Fucking Tamiya. Anyway. So yeah. There you go. Alright, so anywho. Let's see. Chris Pabz says, Tim, I'd like to ask you about your mic settings for your podcast trailer later, having some issues. Yeah, dude, absolutely. Definitely hit me up afterwards. I'll help you out. Let's see. Sperion's with us. He says, congratulations, Seth. Hear, hear. Pabz says, shape that valley into a square groove. Exactly. Thomas Stetton says, gotcha. Thanks for the info. You are welcome, Thomas. Joe is with us. Just Joe. Hi, Joe. Damn, I'm late. Just finished watching your last stream. Gonna get them glass files and looking for some other things to add. Nice. There you go. Michael Dawson says, to me, a scribe cutter. Right? Brandon's with us. Hey, everyone. Brandon, are we up on the big TV now? Are we, Brandon? Are we up on the big TV now? We are damn well better be. Sorry. For those of you that don't know, Brandon just put up a big TV in his hobby room, and Monday was the day that he hung it up, and so I figured give him a hard time. So tonight's the first time that I was up on the big TV. There we go. Hopefully, Jesus. Hopefully that gave everybody some good meme material. Yeah? Anyway. Rami bro. He says, yo, what I need to lose weight to, I'm going to start with a Subway. Okay. Chris Pabz says, this man's eye bags. Get some sleep, man. Oh, dude, no, that's hereditary. My eye bags are yeah, see? These right here? Those don't go away ever, no matter how much sleep I get. And trust me, I got like 10 hours of sleep last night, you guys. I am well rested and good to go. But no, those eye bags, they don't go anywhere. I've had them since I was a teenager. Fuck my life, right? Hey. Kenneth says, okay, that's scary, Tim. What's scary, Kenneth? What's scary, Kenneth? Huh? Sorry. Had to do it. Anyway, that'll be the last time. I swear, that'll be the last time. Alright, let's get to working, yeah? Let's get to working. We've helped out George. Answered Thomas's question. Good night so far. Ty unsub. Things getting creepy here. That's fucking funny. That's a good one, Ty. That was a good one. I needed that. Yes, Miguel, we are masking tonight. We are continuing to mask tonight because I'm too damn busy all the rest of the nights to do anything. So, yeah. Rami bro, he says, you look like Tony Montana. Hey, I will take that as a compliment. Say goodnight to the bad guy. Hell yeah. Centropy says, a little foundation, a little concealer, those bags will be gone. Yeah, right? Too bad I'm divorced. I don't have any of that shit. Oh well. C'est la vie. Rather be divorced at this point, to be honest with you. Okay. So anyway, let's just real quick tape this guy up here and take care of all this. Get this done and settled out, and then we will move on to. It'd be good if it was on the fucking screen, right? Rather than, oh yeah, you guys can see this, right? Pff, dumbass. Anyway, here we go. All right, so no, that ain't gonna work. So what I'm gonna do is run a little piece of 6 mil right across here, okay? Just like that. And there we go. That fills that out very nicely. Good deal. And this, you know, what we're doing right here, this is not difficult. This is not anything crazy. This is just covering up the green that we want to protect from the rest of the paint. And that's it. That's it. It really is. Alright, so 18, big old 18 millimeter, one of my favorite tapes right here because it covers so much and so nicely. Just a big old swath of masking tape. Love it. And we just, you know, basically just overlay. Yeah. Lies! You got it. What? Pabz says, if I had those bags, I wouldn't be able to see. Oh. See, that, my friends, is a rare dig and self-deprecation. It's pretty good, Pabz. That's a good one. I like that. You should have saved it for Mechanism, though. Even though we won't have a Mechanism next week, because next week is MosquitoCon. Yes, next Friday, or actually next Saturday. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday. The Saturday after next, technically, is MosquitoCon in Wayne, New Jersey. I have never been there. I have never been to MosquitoCon, but I've heard good things. So I'm looking forward to it. I get to see my tribe, which just feels good. You know, it's going to be awesome seeing everybody. Shit, it's like it's almost like a fucking high school reunion almost, it feels like. I've never been to a high school reunion because I hated most of everybody at my high school. And I take that back. I liked a lot of people. But anyways, it's just, you know, the people that go to high school reunions are usually the pretentious ones. Oh my God, it's so good to see you. Get the fuck out of my face. So, yeah, I just, high school reunions are just not my thing at all. Never was, never will be. So, but this feels like a good, a good high school reunion. One that I'm actually very much looking forward to. Yes. Let's see. SkeeterCon, yep. Chris Pabz says, Jelly, I won't be going. I know, right, Pabz? SCGMC, dude. Don't wait. Don't. That'll be the one. Okay? That'll be the one. Let's see. Woot, SkeeterCon. Skeeterism, Sparion says. Entropy says, yeah, I'll be there. My wife's at the shore with her girlfriend, so why not? Yeah, fuck that. Why not, right? Spiders 2K2 James says, I'm excited to see Strider and Tex again. What about me? A2 Brute? Fuck you, James. Dick. Pabz says, my old classmates would be so jealous of my model making skills. ... Sparion says, everyone in hotel room getting smashed. That's SCGMC. Yeah, that'll be SCGMC. That probably won't be SkeeterCon. Zentropy says, Wayne, New Jersey is my hometown, but nobody left from high school I want to see. There you go. Easy A Boy has a question for us.
We have a question.
He says, hey, Tim, is that skull added on as a detail or molded into? No, dude, it's just a, this is actually, excuse me. This is a, what is it? A Kotobukiya. Be good if it was on screen. This is a Kotobukiya option part. This is from one of their MSG frames, and it's just a little plastic piece that you cut out of a sprue and glue on there. That's really it. That's all she wrote. Yeah. Let's see here. Tetchison says, ooh, that is cold, right? James says, maybe you too, Tim. Calm your eye bags. Michael Dawson says, Tim got pwned. Pabz says, you know Tim is really heartbroken since he added the H before the what. What? Right? Like a good Englishman, Pabz. What? I do say. Where's the tea and crumpets? What? That's how Pabz sounds when he's drunk. What? Sounds like Lil Jon from fucking Chappelle Show. What? Where? Yeah. Fuck, that was funny back in the day. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Not even a little bit. That was funny as shit. I'm rich, biatch. Oh, good old Ashy Larry. Oh, God, that was good TV back then. Kid you not. I kid you not. That was quality television. Ahead of its time, really. Ahead of its time. Good old Ashy Larry. I'm rich, biatch. Driving off in the truck. Oh, so good. So good. You know what else is good that I've been actually watching? I don't know why I never watched it when it was originally on air, but I'm kicking myself now after discovering it and watching it, is that show Community. You know, the one with oh God, everybody in it. Chevy Chase, Donald Glover, Kim Jong, it was so funny. So damn funny. Like, I'm on season 3 right now. I'm like midway through season 3. I'm like right at the Christmas episode. I just watched that on Netflix just a little bit before the stream while I was eating dinner. And man, that show is hilarious. It's got me cracking up. I'm just like, why did you not watch this before? You idiot. Just a good show all around, man. Just a good show. Fucking Abed is probably one of the best parts in that entire show. Especially when he does the Batman thing. The paintball. Oh my God, the paintball episodes. Oh, classics. I caught the one where it's, you know, the meme of Donald Glover coming in with the pizzas and everything and like shit's on fire and people are hurt and all that. Oh, so good. So freaking good. Man. Let's see. Tetsugen says, expert level dialect. What? Pabz says, what do you mean the cucumber sandwiches are gone? Millie, the cucumber sandwiches are gone. I think this little Asian boy, Chris Pabz, ate them all. Do go get the constable. Fucking hell. I love you, Pabby. Wilson, what's going on, Wilson? Wilson Allenite is with us over there on YouTube. He says, damn, you really love masking. I don't. I fucking hate it, dude. I just don't have time outside of the stream to do any modeling work, right? Because I'm busy trying to get my house together to sell it and everything, and going through the divorce and all this shit. It's just like so much time spent doing that rather than enjoying myself working on models. I wish I had more time. He says, what I do is paint the emblem separately and just smack it in with some glue. Yeah. Michael Dawson says, I have 4 cuts in my gut. Stop making me laugh. Sorry, dude. Rick James, or Spider2K2. I'm Rick James, bitch. You right? Ty Furious says, Community was good, but then it gets really weird. Tried twice to finish the last season. Oh, man, don't tell me that. You kidding me? Pabz says, Donald Glover and Danny Pudi made that show what it is. That friendship is so fluid. Right? Dude, Pabz, when we're out at SCGMC, like, we got to do the thing, right? That they do. That would be hilarious. Right? Tim and Pabz in the morning. Come on, you know that shit would be funny. That shit would be hilarious. That's not going to work. All right. Plan B. Tim and Pabby in the morning. Oh, goddamn. I can't wait for SCGMC. I'm going to tell you that right now. That is going to be... Oh, such a debacle. Such a good fucking time. It is going to be absolute a model wonderland and a fucking just deviant time. Oh, man. Let's see. James says Donald Glover is so good on there. He really is, right? Ken says, did Tim catch up the new He-Man on Netflix yet? Is it out? Hold up. Is the He-Man thing out already? I didn't think it came out until later. Hold up. If it is, I had no idea that it was out already. And I'm checking. I don't see it. Anybody know when it comes out? Because I don't see it. No. Yeah, I don't know. Thursday. Tomorrow. Okay, that's why. Y'all, Kenneth, you scared the shit out of me, dude. I'm like, did I miss it? Oh, yeah, James says, isn't that on Friday, Kenneth? Oh, it's out on Friday. Damn it. Anyway. Pabz says, Troy, you can't bring that in here. Yes, I can. It's all terrain, dummy. I love it. Fucking love it. Thomas Staten Childish Gambino was his stage name before he got serious about acting. Yeah. Wilson's ha 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 ha. There you go. Pabz, Hobbit high fives. Tim and Pabby in the morning. Love it. Oh, good one, Ty. Zentropy says, your drive time mecha show. God damn right. Pabz says, I want everyone going to SCGMC to bring their absolute best builds and maybe another pair of boxers because things are going to get dirty. Yo, you better fucking believe it, Will. Oh, and if I have anything to say about it, I will black out from being so drunk. And I will not remember, sadly, most of my time there. But I'm sure people will remember it for me. Zentropy says, all the hit mobile suits from the 80s, 90s, and today. Yes! Good tagline. Pabz says it comes out tomorrow, Thursday. George Jackson says, I'm so jelly you guys on the East Coast have more contests than over here in the West. Dude, we actually don't. The West Coast has a lot more things than the East Coast does, honestly. I mean, we got, and honestly, all the stuff over here is just IPMS shit. MosquitoCon's an IPMS event. And like, that's a big one for like the Mid-East and stuff. There's a couple regional shows down in Virginia. I mean, you got your Anime NYC, for GBWC, maybe, but that's not going this year. So, yeah, West Coast has got a lot, actually. West Coast has got a lot. Excuse me. Anyway, Kenneth says, keep seeing reviews everywhere now. Hopefully they're good. Vincent Lewis, hey, what's good, guys? What's going on, Vince? Good to see you, man. James says, Chris, it says the 23rd. Okay, so 2 days. So technically tomorrow, late tomorrow night. So 3 a.m. basically tomorrow night. Not tonight, but tomorrow night. So Thursday going into Friday. Semantics. Anyway, Michael Dawson says, Tim, need to make Christmas themed shirts. One can be of the Alex and the other one a Zaku burger. Michael, you have not seen the Ace Pilot series, have you? Because I do have a Bernie shirt in the Ace Pilot series of shirts. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it's good. You should definitely go check it out. Yeah. Pabz says Tim is going to do push-ups. He'll be so wasted. Good times. Yeah, he'll be so wasted. Good times, dude. Right? Like, I need to be. After all the shit I went through last year and this year, fuck, I deserve it. Damn it. Michael Dawson says, I'm in Indiana. We ain't got jack. True. Sparion says, is USA Gundam Store going to start something this year? I don't know. I do not know. Vincent says, hey, nothing much, bro. No news is good news, right? Michael Dawson says, with a Santa hat? You never know. Joe says, first cons I ever went to were 2019 SCGMC, Orange Con, Brookhurst. Nice. Those are some good ones. Caleb's with us over there on YouTube. Hey, Mecha, how is the progress on the Quel, and how are you? Dude, I'm doing good, man. Doing real good, actually. Progress on the Quel is slow, admittedly, because, just so damn busy with trying to get this place in gear to get it up on the market to sell, right? So that's been taking up the majority of my time outside of working on this thing. So, yeah, this progress is going pretty slow. Slower, if you can believe it, slower than normal. Because these 2 hours that I spend with you guys are basically my only respite from working on the house, unfortunately. All the other time, just work on the house, paint the house, work on the house, paint the fucking house. Spackle this, spackle that, paint that, move this, throw this away, blah, 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 repeat. And it sucks. Fucking sucks. But I'm almost to the end. So I just gotta keep my eye on the prize, and just keep moving forward. And man, good things are on the horizon. Me and the kid will have our own townhouse. It'll be swanky. I get to customize it the way I want, decorate it the way I want. Just, the whole nine, man. I'm really looking forward to all that, honestly. Like my whole like new jam right now is going to these stupid home stores, right? Like Home Goods and At Home and whatever other fucking home store I can find around here. I don't know why, but man, I'm just excited to look at stupid home shit like decor and how I can decorate this new place and like the style and everything. It's just, I don't know, just something about it, But you guys know me. I like to customize the shit out of everything, so it shouldn't be all that surprising, I guess, right? But, I'm just in that mode right now. All right, one more piece of tape, and I think this chest is done up. We'll need to check it just one more time, just to make sure we got all the little nooks and crannies taped off and all that. But I think all the edges, I'm going to hit that edge real quick with a piece of tape here, just to make sure, because you can't be too careful, right? You can't be too careful with this thing. It's just tape. Alright. That's all good there. That looks pretty good. I'm pretty satisfied with all that. Yeah, alright. That one goes in the bin. Alright. Next up on the list. Oh, Vincent's got a question for us.
We have a question.
He says, how do you go about splitting your spare parts up? Do you doing by head, legs, arms, chest, or some other way? Okay, so yeah, so basically how do I separate parts and stuff like that, like for their, for kit bashing and their worth and everything? That's actually a really good question. And if they weren't already packed up, I'd show you kind of like my hierarchy of parts and stuff. I have bins for different tiers of parts, what I consider valuable parts, right? And really, they're just, the value of those parts for me is based on their aesthetics, kit bash ability, and just an overall coolness, right? Thinking about what I could potentially do with said parts. So I'll have like a 3-tier system, A, B, and C, right? C is the crap parts that are just like, whatever. That I probably will never find a use for, but just in case, they go in the C bin, right? The B bin, useful but not great. They might find a use in the future, and it's good to hold on to, good to look through, and yeah. The A bin, that's where the good shit goes. The A bin is the parts that I know for a fact will be useful in the future. So like I have like complete arms and legs from a Sinanju Stein in there. I've got cool backpacks, weapons, different detail parts and stuff in there. I've got a lot of the really cool high-grade parts and things. What is it? The Regenlays, the Julia Regenlays or whatever it's called from IBO. I've got like 4 of those, and 2 of them were like hand-me-downs. I know James sent me one. Thank you, James. Appreciate you, buddy. So that is in there because those are awesome parts to use. But yeah, I separate them in, just usefulness, so to speak. So that's what I do. Good question, Vince. Michael Dawson says, if it does, I'll buy 2. One for hamburger meat, and the other to wear. Dude, just hit up the store. Go to the Ace Pilot series. Trust me, you'll see it. Bernie! Julius, what's up, Sarge? He says, it is always fun, exciting, and scary to start a new chapter in your life, but you have the most important person in the world to help you through it, Amber. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. She's my little partner in crime, dude. She's great. Brandon says, I separate parts like this. 1 bin assemblies from kits I used. 1 bin big parts, 1 bin medium-sized parts, 1 bin small parts. He says, I like digging through parts, sometimes find inspiration while digging. Oh, yeah, definitely. Absolutely. It's just, you'll look through something and you like completely forgot about a part that you had, and you're like, yo, I could totally use this for something. I don't know what exactly, but this is a cool part. I'm gonna put this aside. Yeah, so yeah. Kenneth says it's like categories, potential parts. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's the usefulness potential. Yeah. It's basically what it comes down to. It's usefulness. Okay. Back to the grind. Let's see. What do we do next? Oh, Discordia. No, not that. Let's go with this guy. Ooh, this guy and his twin brother. Bloop. There we go. All right. So, like the other half of this, we're going to be taping off most of the part and exposing that little circular, plastic detail part there. So this shouldn't be terribly difficult, but I do... looking at it now... Nah, you know what? That'll be the only part. Fuck it. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to dick around with it. I was thinking maybe tape off the vent here, but nah, I want to keep it like that because we're gonna flood this with panel lining fluid, and that's gonna really make that pop anyways. If I painted that in a different color, I think it would just look weird. So maybe put like a decal down here, you know, as some sort of warning or something like that. But aside from that, I think I'm just going to leave this mostly... I'm going to leave the forearm mostly green because, you know, obviously the hands are going to be gray. The grip, the little wrist guard, you know, that goes down into the forearm is going to be gray. So I don't want to dick around too much with color separation and everything on this. This, like I said, number one, it's a practice build. Number two, I want this to be simplistic and utilitarian looking, right? That's what I want. So, all right. Now, if you didn't see, I already had this guy set to the proper diameter for these circles here, right? So this should still be the proper diameter for these, but we'll see, because that, you know, can get a little weird. But that looks pretty good. I wanted it. I specifically made these a little on the tighter side so that when we go back in here and just kind of punch that tape down into the recess there, it hugs that part really nicely. Chris and Pabby in the morning. Can't get that out of my head now. All right, so there we go. That's all punched in, looking good, solid. And that's really all we have to do with these two parts. Obviously, we need to cover up all the rest, but as far as, you know, complex masking, that's it. So we're just going to cut another circle here, and hopefully, yep, that comes right up. Good. That means it cut all the way through, and we don't have to worry about it knocking around. Now I cut this a little longer because I want to try something here with this. Bloop. Alright, so right there. And let's see if this, yeah, much better. See how that wraps over real nice right there? This one didn't reach all the way over, so I have to cut another piece and wrap that around there. Now, I just, need to fill in, basically, which shouldn't be all that difficult. So, alright, let's punch this into the recess. There we go. Good stuff. Easy. All right, so now we just have to get the rest of this wrapped up here. So let's use some big swaths of tape here and just start wrapping this thing like a Christmas present. Good deal there. Ooh, what was that? Did I just get a notification? Thought I saw a notification. Oh well. It's my imagination. Anywho, Michael Dawson says, "Got to get my meds and a snack. Be right back." Michael, that's all good, man. You get you some snacks. Some snacky snacks. Some Scooby snacks. Alright, so I might have not have chose wisely when I pulled that 18mm off the dispenser there. Yeah, that probably wasn't a good idea. Oh well. We'll peel this off. No harm, no foul. It's just a piece of tape. No biggie. Probably should have used like 10mm or something like that. Probably would have been better. But live and learn. Screw it. Put that off to the side. Alright, so piece of 10mm here. Yep, much better. Much more conducive to the masking that we're doing there. And then I think the same thing up and over top. Looks good, and then we're just going to finish this off with a small piece of 6mm right around the edge, just to make sure. Just want to keep all of the edges nice and clean, because the last thing you want is some little errant edge being accidentally exposed and that catching some overspray or something like that, and then it just looks like shit. It just looks terrible. So, by taping up all the edges and everything and protecting all of the visible surfaces, you definitely are going to prevent that from happening. So, that's why I'm kind of particular when it comes to masking stuff like that. So, attention to detail, man. Attention to detail. Got to do it. Got to do it. All right. Up and over. Good. Tim and Pabz in the morning. Holy shit. Such a good idea. The best idea ever. Oh my. Anyway. Alright. Let's get this thing done up here. Okay. Just, you know, like I say, just taping this like a shitty Christmas present. Doesn't matter where the tape goes, just as long as everything's covered up. That's it. Okay, last piece here. And there we go. All right, so that piece now is completely taped up and masked, looking good. All the forearm pieces are taped, ready for paint. Now, let's see what else we got in here. Oh, let's see. All right. Where's the other one? Oh, it's over here. That little guy right there. Excuse me. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and tackle these. I'm not exactly looking forward to this, because these are going to be a bit tedious, but it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Let's see what we got here. Ross Gagney's with us. He says, "Hey Pabz, what are you working on?" I don't know if Pabz is still watching, dude. James says, "So happy I got my master grade full armor Gundam MSV version today in the mail. Been looking for it years." Oof. Spider2K2 says, "Those feet look so good." Taylor's with us. What's up, Taylor? Oh, the bottom of those feet look really nice. LOL. Nice. Jinx. Yeah, I'm actually really happy with how the panels came out. Very happy. And then when you hit this with the panel lining fluid and everything, it's just gonna pop. It's gonna look amazing. But the part I'm not looking forward to is taping off the verniers, the thrusters, these inset thruster bells. Why, Bandai, did you not make these separate parts? You are killing me, son. You are killing me. All right, let's do some measuring here. We're looking at 9 millimeters. Yeah, 9 millimeter diameter. 9 millimeters. That's what we're looking at. So we need to set this to 4.5 millimeters. Now, the easier thing would probably be to use the caliper and dial in 4.5. So that's what we're going to do here. All right, so... Oof, battery's getting low, it looks like. All right, zero that out, and then bring this out to... Let's see. You guys can see that. I can actually see it real easy, but obviously you guys are going to have problems with it on the screen. So I'm going to get it set. And that That looks to be a... I'm not going to dick around with that. That's 4.25 or 4.52, right? So I'm not going to dick around with that anymore. 4.51. So that's basically where we need it to be. So we're going to match this width here on our circle cutter. Okay. So I put the needle on the inside of one of the blades and the blade on the other one, and pop that knob, that tension knob down pretty, and that looks pretty good. It's a little thin, but I'd rather have it a little thin right now, because we can kind of poke around with that and finesse that into place rather than it being too big and just being shit out of luck. So since this is 9mm in diameter, I'm not comfortable with using the 10mm the 10mm tape, because you're only going to have a 0.5 millimeter on each side at that point, right? Which is not a lot. But looking at this, there's not a lot of space over here either. I mean, either way we're going to cut it, we're going to have a difficult time with this. This is not going to be a fun... This is not going to be a fun masking job at all. I'm afraid if I do use 10mm and only having 0.5 millimeter on each side, that when I try to pull that tape up, it's gonna tear right off, which it probably will. So I don't want to dick around with that right now. So, with that being said, I am going to use the 18mm and just hope. Here goes nothing. First cut. Ah, that didn't even go all the way through the tape. Okay. So, let's see if this circle actually cut all the way through. And it did. Okay, cool. So, with this circle, we can then try to get an idea of our diameter. And that looks pretty decent. It may be a bit large, but there's only one way to find out at this point, right? So, let's cut this thing and apply it and see what we have. Now, we're going to have to refill the 18mm here because we're not going to be able to cut another circle out of that leftover bit there. Alright. So, carefully pull this up. Alright, guys. Fingers crossed here. Let's see what we have. Okay. Let's get the eyes down here. Diameter looks pretty good. Maybe a bit wide. I think we can finesse that though. That it's not terrible. Let's put it that way. It's not terrible at this point. But there's a little space around here. Now I'm almost wondering if we just reposition it, maybe that goes away, right? Let's see. think I pulled it too much to the inside there. Let's try this again here. Okay. Yeah, no, it's a hair too wide. It's just that's all there is to it. It's just a little too wide. So, you know, and that's very common at this point, honestly. It's very, very common when you cut circles like that to have it just a little bit off. Especially on smaller diameters, too. Smaller, excuse me, smaller diameters are actually more of a pain than the larger diameters are. Simply because trying to get them dialed in, it's just finicky, right? And you have to have a lot of finesse and accuracy when dealing with smaller diameters like that. It's just, it's all there is to it. Larger diameters are a little bit easier because, you know, there's a little bit more room for flexibility for you know, finessing the tape and everything like that. But for this particular piece, there's not a lot of room within that cavity to finesse that tape. Excuse me, if it was like a flat piece, I could pull that tape in different directions and just kind of yank it, you know, just start to yank it around and just kind of close up one side, pinch the side or something like that and be good to go. But with this being in a recess like it is, it's a lot tougher, a lot tougher. Honestly, it's just impossible at that point. It just is what it is, right? It just is what it is. Now, I have a thought. And this may work out. Okay, let's try something else. Let's go for the 10 millimeter, okay? Hear me out. All right, so you got about a 0.5 millimeter on all those sides, okay? About a 0.5 millimeter. So what we're gonna do, excuse me, we're gonna go a hair over 5, okay? And we're gonna mark down here with just this little kind of micron type of thing, and then measure the center point, and there's our center point for our circle, okay? Now I'm experimenting here, so hear me out, right? All right, really jab that needle right into that center point so it's stable. Okay, we got our circle cut. Let's see if we made it through the tape completely. Okay, cool. So that's good. We made it all the way through the tape. There were no soft points or anything like that in doing that. Now, the thing that I was afraid of before, and the reasoning why we used the 18 millimeter instead of the 10 millimeter, was I was afraid these two very thin sections would rip. But I'm going to go ahead and cut them. So this comes clean off. Okay. I'm gonna try this in pieces rather than one circular mask. And I'm gonna see if we have any more success with this than with our previous attempt, right? Now the other thing with having this this half mask here, this half circle mask, is that we can actually finesse this a lot more down into the recess here than we could with the full circle, because we can just really very carefully punch this down on both sides. I'm gonna get the really fine tweezers here, and hopefully I'm not covering this up with my big head, but if I am, I'm sorry, but yeah. Okay. This, my friends, I think is going to work for us, because this side right here looks perfect so far. And now we just have to drag this piece, kicking and screaming, down into the recess here. Just kind of dislodge it a little bit from the surface and just kind of finesse that bad boy down in there. And that, I think, is going to really work out here. Yeah. Ooh, okay. So, just so thin right here. But I think we got it, guys. I think we got it. Just press that right into the corners there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. Okay. Glad I experimented with this, because that works great. And it looks really good. A little dust out of there. But yeah. So there we go. There's the real kind of bitch of this masking job all done. That's all pressed down in there. Focus. That's all pressed down in there and looking really, really good. Right? That's looking really quite nice. I'm very, very happy with that. Now, the even better thing is that we still have this half of a bit here that we can just punch down into the other section here. So we can cut this real nice and thin like this, and we can even kind of cut the corners off a bit to form that a little bit better for that shape, right? And real carefully just pull that up, and there's our mask. Excuse me. And yeah, just start to lay this down in here. Ooh, come on, don't. There we go. All right, I'm gonna use use the really fine tweezers here because those work better. All right. All right, so lesson learned. Those corners and the thicker edge at the top actually worked to my advantage. So let's do that again, shall we? All right, so we're going over about 5 1/4. Marking our line, marking our center point, okay? That's where the pinpoint is going to go. And we're going to pop that right in the acrylic so it's nice and stable, right? And then apply some good pressure all the way around because we want to make sure that this blade goes all the way through the tape and that there's no soft parts, no parts that are still stuck to each other, right? And that's basically what we want to get off here. You got a little overlap here, but that's not a big deal in the grand scheme of things. That's not a big deal at all. Greg Blair, what's going on, man? He says, good evening. Better late than never. I got tipsy last night and pre-ordered that real grade Fenix. I regret nothing. Nice. Kevin Branham says, getting my face out of here. Bye-bye, kids. Bye, Kelvin. Thanks for watching, man. Good to see you. Ooh, it's 11:42 already. Holy crap. Time flies when you're masking, eh? Okay, so, again, let's do what we did before because we had a lot of success with that. Zip that right down and then peel this off ever so carefully. And now we have our top bit here. We're going to exchange tweezers. There we go, like that. And right into place. Yeah, and see these corners here actually helped support the tape. If you can believe it or not. There we go. Because when I was trying to punch this down into the recess, that tape, this corner right here, helped support this side, and without that support, it just kind of went dangled all about. Okay, just very carefully, just getting that punched right down into that recess. So we can mask that off really nice and neat and sharp. And that's all looking really, really good. Very nice. So that's 1/2 dropped on the table. 1/2 done. So now we just basically work our way around to the other side here. Just carefully, carefully, carefully. Just pulling the tape down into the recess and just dragging it down in there and just laying it right on the surface of that recessed part. That's Man, that looks really good. That looks really, really good, you guys. I'm pretty happy with how this this is going. I was not looking forward to this at all because honestly, I wasn't 100% certain with how I was going to tackle this masking. I was just like, how am I gonna do this? I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. But I think we've discovered a good way to do it, right? Michael Dawson has a question.
We have a question.
He says, if you put a 144 GM next to a 35th scale soldier, would they be about the same scale and height? The same physical height. I don't know. That's a good question. I think the 135th soldier might be shorter. Because say you so let's just say a 6 foot person, right? So 6 foot times 12 is 72 inches. Divide that by what? 130, but divide that by 35. Yeah, that's a 135th scale figure is only 2 inches tall. So yeah, that's not a lot. Yeah. Sparion 135th soldier is under an inch. I don't know, by my calculations it should be about 2. But I could be off. I could be way off. Anyway, yeah, I thought the 135th person would be smaller. All right. So, let us continue on here. Now, I'm going to cut this piece longer because we need this piece to overlap the bottom portion here and wrap over, right? So, again, we're going to trade off to the fancy tweezers here. And we're going to get this thing finessed into place. Okay, not bad. All right. All right, so there's that. That circle is completely taped off, but we're not exactly done. Because these pieces right here on either side were so thin, we need to get a thin strip just to make sure there's proper overlap and mask between these two sides here. So, we're going to cut a piece that's probably a little thicker than 1/2 millimeter. So let's see here. Probably right about there, I think, should be good. Let's see. see if that works out for us. Yeah, it's a little on the thick side, but that's good. That's good. That's good. Because we can kind of just finesse this and massage it into place. There we go. Now it's right into that corner. Perfect. Perfect. All right, so now that side, that seam on the side here is perfectly overlapped. And that's right around that circle. So that works out great. All right, so let's do the same thing to the other side here. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. So, you guys, that believe it or not, that's all done up. That's looking good. Looking good. Let's see. Oof. Michael Dawson says, had an idea eating my cornbread like Halo meets Gundam. He says, looking for 1/16th scale then. Wait, never mind. Sperry Hunt says, yeah, 2-inch. Sorry, I'm sober tonight. 12-inch for 1/6 scale. Yeah. Michael Dawson says, what scale would I be looking for? Something bigger than 1/12 scale, yes. 1/12 is like a 1/100. Yeah. So, let's see. Eesh. You're looking for probably about 6-inch sized. So you're basically looking for 1/12. Yeah. So a 1/12 figure. So 72 inches divided by 12 is 6 inches. Okay. So yeah, 1/12. Anyway. Julius has got a question.
We have a question.
He says, will you paint those thruster bells one color, both on the inside and outer lip? No. Great question, Julius. No. What I'm actually going to be doing is to initially, if it would focus, there we go. Initially paint the inside here. Well, actually looking at it now. Huh. Discordia. Looking at it now, I want this outer part here to be that graphite color. So the main part of this is going to be graphite to match the thruster bells for the backpack, right? Like that, right? Now the inside here is just that kind of that gray color, that inner frame gray color. But the idea is to have that darker graphite color. Okay, and then what I think I'm going to do is to paint this inner part right here, this middle section. I think I'm going to paint that red, kind of like that color red, that really bright, vibrant red. And then once it is panel line and everything, all of those sections will separate and pop and just look really amazing. So I think that's what I'm going to do with these thruster bells. I'm thinking that'll look pretty nice. I'm thinking. We'll see, right? Only one way to find out. If I don't like it, I can always paint over it or strip it and redo this whole thing. But yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan at this point. Whether or not that works remains to be seen. Like I say, there's only one way to find out, and that's to do it. But this masking on here is taking shape quite nicely. Quite nicely indeed. I'm pretty damn happy with how this is coming out. Get that punched right down into the recesses there and everything. Make that all look really quite nice and neat. And then get this last piece. Oh. If it don't come off your hand, use the tweezers. Come on. There we go. Probably should have cut that with my hobby knife, but oh well. Alright, here's a little gap right here in that corner. So, what I'm going to do is just take from the junk pile here in the middle, basically, and just kind of pick a little piece off here just to cover that up. This looks good right here. Just lay that carefully right there in that corner, and just punch that down right in there so it sticks and covers up that spot. And there we go, kids. The hard part's done on this. The rest is just wrapping it up like a Christmas present. And for that, we'll use the big 18-inch or 18 millimeter. Yeah. Okay, 2 pieces right down the sides to cover that up. Just making sure, just to cover these edges, because you never know what people are going to be able to see and all that. And I'm very, very particular about making sure all of the edges and everything are protected and taped up and all that. So there we go. Oh my. There we go. And that's it. That's all she wrote. That looks good. I think we pulled it off. That was not easy. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was not easy. Especially the first piece to lay down and everything get pushed down into that recess there. Not easy, but it'll be worth it once these are painted up and those colors separate and pop and everything. I think these are going to look really good. Really good. So, looking forward to it, actually. Peter Fulford is with us over there on YouTube. He says, what's your favorite for paint stripping? Oh, excuse me. LA Awesome seems to get the job done. What's LA Awesome? I don't know what that is. Eventually, for the right price for me. Excuse me. So, Pete, it depends on what type of paint you're stripping, right? If you're stripping like Mr. Color or some other lacquer, solvent-based paint, 91% isopropyl alcohol will cut through it like butter, like a hot knife through butter. Literally within seconds of putting it in the alcohol, that will start to break down the chemical bonds of the solvent and the lacquer, and it'll literally fall off the part. But the cool thing is it doesn't affect the styrene at all. I've had parts soak in alcohol for days, and the styrene is not affected by it at all, which is a very, very good thing. Now, mind you, you're not going to need to leave it in there for days. I left some parts in there for days that have had paint on them for probably a decade or so. The Blue Destiny, right? Just because I had used different paints and especially a different primer than what I use today. I used originally hardware store primer on that thing, and depending on what it is, that shit's not easy to come off once it's cured on there for years and years and years. So leaving it in alcohol for a few days definitely did the trick. Stripped it right down to bare plastic. Did a great job, the whole 9 yards. Now, if you're stripping something, excuse me, like an acrylic or something like that, outside of Tamiya, because Tamiya you can still put in the same categories as like Mr. Color and stuff, because Tamiya is alcohol based, so alcohol will strip that as well. But if you're looking for something like an acrylic, like I don't even know, Vallejo or something like that, then I'd probably go with something more on the degreaser side of things. Simple Green, Zep Fast 505, in some cases Windex, Formula 409, those types of things. All of those will not affect the plastic in any way, shape, or form. And it's way more efficient to use the proper chemical rather than just an end-all be-all, because you're going to be sitting there for days wondering, is it going to work? Is it going to work? And eventually it might, but it's just not nearly as efficient as a targeted attack on that paint and using the proper chemical. So hopefully that answers your question. I don't know. Like I said, it depends on the type of paint that you're stripping, the type of primer that you're stripping, all that stuff. So, Michael Dawson says, these lidocaine patches work fast. Feeling good, Mike? Sparian says, hell yeah, those puppies are great. Michael Dawson says, I can see the inside of your kits, Tim. You really need to start masking the insides. Shut up, Mike. Go get high off your lidocaine patches. He says, I still have some of my PGU parts soaking in ISO since the shutdown. Yeah, it happens, right? Sparian says, I've only gone like 3 months, but yeah, no fears. Yeah, exactly. So, all right, kids, that's gonna do it for Monday or for Wednesday here. Let's put a bow on this thing and wrap it up, shall we? So, guys, if you are interested in any of the kit or any of the tools and materials that we use here on a nightly basis, please hit up the Amazon link below in the description. A lot of cool stuff in there. Add stuff in there all the time, so keep checking back. Like I said, tools and materials, gear for photography and streaming, books for inspiration, and the newly added storage solutions. A lot of cool bins and little parts holders and stuff like that in there. Yeah, a lot of great stuff in there. Definitely check that out. Some really, really good deals on Amazon right now. And then also don't forget the little pencil boxes for $1 a piece at Target. I know our friend Squee, Chris Robledo, went and stocked up on some. He posted that on Instagram, I think earlier today. And yeah, so he's good to go with the $1 pencil box deal too. So don't forget that Target deal. That's a great freaking deal. So go check that out at your local Target too. But anyways, I do get a bit of a commission based on the stuff that you buy from Amazon if you hit the link. But it just goes to help out the stream and support what we do here. Aside from that, if you're interested in rocking one of the awesome Wolves t-shirt, go hit up www.childofmecha.com, hit the store button up at the top. You will find this shirt and the rest of the Mecha Decal insignia line on there, as well as the Ace Pilot series and a lot of other shirts, hats, prints of my work, all sorts of good stuff. So go check that out and load up on all that stuff. And then if you really want to show your support for what we do here, man, hit up the Child of Mecha Patreon. It's a good time. Monthly giveaways, monthly hangouts. What else? A lot more pictures of what we do as opposed to what I post on regular social medias. Soon to be exclusive stuff for the patrons. That's coming very, very soon. I'm putting the finishing touches on one project and kind of testing it. But then the other one is still in the works, so that's all coming very soon for you guys. So yeah, so if you have the ability and the inclination to do so, man, hit up the Child of Mecha Patreon, show your support for what we do here, yeah? And then last but not least, if you are interested in kits, tools, paints, accessories, Mecha Decals, sheets 1, 2, and 3. Those are all in stock and shipping now. Sheet 4 is soon. Go hit up our good friends right down here, USA Gundam Store. Adam and the fine folks down there will definitely have what you need. So, you guys, I'm going to be back here on Friday. Next week is an off week. There is no mechanism next week because that following Saturday is SkeeterCon. MoSquitoCon up in Wayne, New Jersey. So it's about a 3.5 hour drive for me. So I'm going to have to leave probably out of here at about 5 a.m. to make it there by about 9-ish. Excuse me. So yeah, so there's not going to be any mechanism on next Friday or anything like that, and I'm going to be off next week, so it's gonna be a shot of Mecha Blackout next week. But expect some pictures and some posts and stuff like that. Maybe even a live stream from MosquitoCon. I don't know. Depends on how good signal is and everything. But I will be back here on Friday, so come on back, and we'll continue to work on the Quell. I need to have this done, hopefully, by MosquitoCon. We'll see. I don't know if it's going to happen, honestly. I really don't. It's going to come down to the wire. But fingers crossed. Yeah? Anyway, you guys have a great night. Have a wonderful Thursday. I will see you back here on Friday. Be safe out there, you guys, and make sure to build something cool. All right. See you guys Friday.